welcome to episode 11 of the Cookout. Got
What's up?
JBM in the house right now. We got a special guest today.
Special.
Gabriella.
Hello.
What's going on? From Discord, one of our most active members. We appreciate you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And last but not least, the lady of the hour of the day, Imani. First lady of Gumbo is here. Everybody wish her a happy birthday in the chat right now.
Oh my goodness. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How's the day going so far for you?
You know what? I did a little top golf, that was lit. I had the worst score at the end of the day, but you know what? I enjoyed myself. That's all that matters. I will be going back. I will do a little practice in somebody's yard. Hopefully I don't hit any cars with golf balls, but next time I go there, things will be a little bit better.
Word. Got
Top
Mr.
golf
Loaf in
is
the
always a
chat.
good time.
What's going on, Mr. Loaf? He also wishes Imani a happy birthday.
Thank you, Mr. Loaf. I like his name. I wonder what that comes from.
Hey, you should ask him in Discord.
Most of them, I'll do that.
Definitely ask him. Anything else? What's going? How's the whole weekend? Like, what you got planned? What you do yesterday? What you do? Like, what's going on?
Well, yesterday was Friday. I had to work, so I work.
Oh, you didn't take a day off? Okay.
Excuse me, I did not take the day off. Excuse my phone. This morning, my dad, shout out to OG, he surprised me this morning with a cake and some flowers. And actually, one of my friends yesterday sent me a cake and some flowers. And then another one of my friends had a cake made for me that is amazing. I have mad cake in this house. I'm going to eat all of it. It's going to take me some time. But me and my family are gonna get this done. I actually have my cake next to me that I wanted to show y'all because I think
Let's
it's
see
so
it.
cute.
Make sure y'all, hey man, if you're just now joining us, wish Imani a happy birthday in the chat, man. We need to see some birthday wishes.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a dope cake.
Morty.
This is by Tricks and Treats. If you're on IG, I'll make sure I add her info to the chat at some point today. She knows that I like Rick and Morty. And then I also love Mean Girls. So the top of the cake says Burn Book. So thank you, Mrs. Cooper.
My mom wishing you a happy birthday. Oh man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gabriella, what's happening? How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Just finished some painting today, wrestling my new puppy, trying to make it through the weekend before we get back to the grind on Monday. So glad to be here. Happy you guys invited me out.
Yeah, glad you came.
We were very excited to have you on. Can we just get like a round of applause for Gabriella's shirt? I think that is absolutely amazing. Is that the Nickelodeon shirt?
I got it from Macy's. Rugrats. Just
Nice.
all Rugrats.
Nice. I love that. Theo, you'll have to come get a piece. I will share with you if you come here.
Oh man. Yeah. JBM.
Yo,
How you doing, man?
good man. Today's been a busy day. I've had to go take care of some cats for a friend that's out of town. That was nice.
Oh,
It's
he's
cool.
cat sitting.
Yeah, cat sitting and
How your allergies doing?
oh, I'm not allergic to cats.
You're not allergic to cats?
No.
Bro. that
Any
is
pet. I'm not
wild.
allergic to any pet.
That's amazing. It's crazy how that stuff
You have
works.
no allergies?
No, he has allergies.
Only
Somehow
to
he doesn't
pollen.
have.
Pollen is my kryptonite.
Oh.
It will shut me down.
Bro, yes, it will. Put that man on his deathbed.
Oh my
For
goodness.
real. Yeah, aside from that, I had to pick up a housewarming gift for a friend. They just got a house. So we ran that errand earlier.
Hence the gift.
Nice. May I ask how many cats you have to take care of today?
2,
Oh, okay, just a little bit.
Tofu and Juno.
Oh, those are great names. I'm terribly allergic to cats, and I feel like the Lord did that to me because he knew that I would have a bunch if I could. I love them so much, but I sneeze as soon as I see one.
Oh my goodness.
Kanar says happy birthday.
Thank you, Kanar.
And Ronnie says haps.
I appreciate
Oh, I love it, yo. I love it. Hey man, make sure if y'all are just now joining us, make sure you leave a like for Imani. It's her birthday, man. We got to get the most likes on this video that we ever had on any episode.
And if you're not following us on Instagram and Twitter, and if you have not liked our page on Facebook, please do so. That's an even better birthday gift. Make sure you subscribed if you have not already.
Let them know. Let them know.
Yep.
Thank you, Uncle John.
Running through it. Oh, okay. There she goes.
Oh, thank you.
My mom says, "Hey, Gabriella."
Oh,
Thank you, Mama.
To Mom Duke saying happy birthday, man. Appreciate y'all, all of y'all, for coming out. Oh, Hope.
Yeah.
Hope is back.
A lot of
Hope,
love.
good
A lot
to
of
see you.
love.
Thank you, Hope.
Good to see you. Welcome back, man. Hey, I'm excited for this show today. I think it's gonna be a really, really, really good show. We got good energy. So what's on the docket for today, Imani? Let us know what we talking about.
I mean, number one, should we just get right into it? We're gonna tell everybody what's up.
Let's
Hey,
hop
man.
in it. Let's jump in.
We just jumping in.
Feet
Cold
first.
shower. Feet first. All right, I'm with it.
Let's
Imani,
do
you with it?
I'm with it.
Let's do
An
it.
announcement was made a couple days ago that the game is being brought back on Paramount Network. As of right now, it is not a reboot. It is just a continuation of the existing show. It started out on, what was that, UPN?
Yep.
It started out on UPN, then it got canceled, and then BET brought it back. And BET made some strange decisions that had the whole world angry on that show. And then it slowly phased out again, and now they are bringing it back on Paramount Network. I'm a little, thank you, Bookworm, ABCD. I personally am a little bit nervous about this because, as we know, BET is owned by Viacom, who is responsible for MTV, VH1, all that jazz. And that's it. The show got bad when it went there. The only reason why the show got canceled the first time is because UPN was purchased by Warner Brothers, I think. And they just did away with the show, even though it was doing well. And so BET picked it up because, we loved it, but they were like, yeah, let's just start some stereotypical nonsense like cheating and have the main character of the show have a chick on his girlfriend who's been nothing but supportive. So that's why the show got canceled on BET. And
Let's add unnecessary drama and
Right.
scandal. Let's be stereotypical.
It was a sitcom that everybody loved, and we sat down for, and now they did some crazy things to it. So hopefully it's brought back. Also, I think, did I read somewhere that it was not going to be on TV? I think it's going to be on Paramount's streaming service.
Which is where I have a question, because didn't Netflix just acquire the rights to the game? And why are they not rebooting the series?
Wasn't the game on Netflix at one point?
The game is on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix now. Yeah. They're bringing it in with
they never got. Ooh, my crown is trying to come off. They only got the first 4 seasons. They did not get the BET seasons.
So they didn't have full. They don't have full rights.
Holding those out, yeah. And I bet you that when it comes to Paramount, all of the BET seasons will be there, so you can watch them there. And I was correct. It is going to be on Paramount Plus, the streaming service.
Is that out yet, or is this pending?
I know I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, that's too
I
many
was getting to that, but I was
like,
like, what is Paramount offering that will entice you? Because I said, now I'm not gonna lie, I said the same thing about HBO Max when it was announced, and then when I saw the platform, I was like, all right, changed my mind real quick. So I won't make that mistake again. I won't doubt Paramount, but I'm not, strong on my faith in their ability to create a good streaming platform.
I am blessed to know people who pay for cable. And so I'm not paying for HBO Max. I am using somebody else's username and password. And I cannot say for sure if I would have purchased it. I don't know. I can't even guarantee y'all that I would have. But yeah.
HBO Max is good though. I'm using my parents, but it's still pretty good to have it. Like there's tons of shows, tons of streaming stuff. I was watching back when I was living at home, so I can continue some of the stuff and finish it. And HBO's money is still HBO.
Yeah,
so they always have that quality.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Paramount is they now have Ink Master. the tattoo show.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that bad boy faithfully. COVID really dragged me up. We didn't get to have the season 13 finale, and I was a little bummed about that. But I'm not paying for it though. So we'll see.
So it looks like they're gonna have titles like Sonic the Hedgehog, Gemini Man, Paw Patrol, The Hills, RuPaul's Drag Race, and all seasons of South Park.
Is Comedy Central under Viacom as well?
Yeah.
It would be a good guess to say yes. Safe guess.
Yeah, their idea is to release all the latest movies from Paramount Pictures within a year after the cinema premiere onto the streaming platform.
Special shout out to Kanar. I think we have consistently been using the same family members' username and password the past 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even write that down, but I guess it is worth mentioning that there will be a special 1 hour episode of South Park. That's the COVID episode. They're releasing
that's gonna be crazy.
Their first 1 hour episode that will be coming out. I don't know the date. I'll look that up right now. But and it's a really big deal. The first 1 hour episode in the show's history, and it's just about the pandemic. I think they're calling it the pandemic episode.
Oh, that's gonna be wild.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
It's called the Pandemic Special, and it'll come out on September 30th.
I mean, like, there's so much you can cover in an hour, but geez.
I did. See
they're gonna make it real spicy for sure.
Yeah, I did see a little clip. They had the kids in class with the shields on, so they're already taking it there.
Oh man.
Oh, and do the kids have masks on? They have masks on too. Masks and shields in school. So
that'll be a good way to jump back in, because I haven't seen South Park in so long. So that'll be a good refresher.
I mean, I hadn't watched South Park since probably I was in college. Yeah, so I would definitely look for it, because that I can imagine how funny that's going to be.
Twitter's going to be in shambles. What were you saying, Gabriella?
No, I wasn't saying anything. I'm just amazed by it all, because they have to cover from the beginning of the pandemic to where we are now, and then future stuff. Ooh, they got a lot of content.
I'm going in with zero expectations, just so that they kill me with the jokes. Like, I don't even want to say I want to joke about this. I want to joke about that, because I know they're going to cover it and then some. It's going to be great.
Yeah, are they only doing COVID, or are they just doing the entire pandemic?
It's called the Pandemic Special. That's all I know.
Oh, wow. There's so much that's gone on.
So much stuff has happened this year. Like, there's no way they could ignore some of it. Like, they have to go through all the nonsense. But I mean, I have a feeling they're going to do a lot of calling people stupid without saying that. So even if it is only the pandemic itself, that's still a lot of nonsense to cover. I mean, just from anti-maskers to like kids going back to school to like people watching people die on TV and just saying, this ain't real.
And then grocery stores.
Yeah. Oh. Honestly, I hope they show other countries doing well. That would be crazy. Like other countries just having concerts and such stuff now because things are going great and Americans are just still here fighting each other. That would be hilarious. But I just said I wasn't going in there with any expectations, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, before we get into our next topic, I got to do a special shout out to my cousin Belinda, who is right now, she's in the hospital. She had surgery to remove a tumor from her brain on Monday, and just want to send her my love and blessings. And if you are watching right now, I just got word she's actually watching from the hospital. So, you know, everybody, since I would appreciate it. We'd all appreciate it, family, if you send her some hearts and some love, some well wishes.
Big time.
Love you, cuz, and I can't wait to see you.
We definitely love you, and we want you to come on home.
All right, glad you're watching. Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna get this. We're gonna make this entertaining. Hopefully, you'll laugh and you know, enjoy this. It's Imani's birthday. We're gonna have a really, really, really good show.
It is, isn't it? Just in case y'all didn't know I had options, I came ready for.
Oh Lord, she got multiple crowns. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, and then she said she wasn't gonna be extra.
I said that?
Yes, you did. Uh-huh.
So in my defense, all of this was at my mother's request. She told me yesterday, "Oh, you're gonna put balloons and stuff," and I was like, "No." And then she looked a little bummed about it, and now I have balloons and stuff.
Yeah, that's your mom knows you.
Maybe that's what it is.
Ha! Yes, that's exactly what it is. Mom knows. Moms
She
know.
definitely does.
Thank you, Theodore. All right, what's next? What's the next? What are we talking about next?
Lovecraft,
We're talking about Lovecraft Country episode. What was that, 5?
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, where are we gonna start with this one?
Who's going first?
Lovecraft, episode 5, the sex episode. Everybody,
But the sex was like not even the biggest part of the episode.
That's what we going on with everything that happened in the episode.
Did y'all realize that everybody was getting busy in that episode? It was just red light special. That's what it was.
Can I just say that really believe that in episode 4 that the two-spirit being was gonna just survive that throat slashing from Montrose, and it does not look like that happened.
Yeah.
And I am bummed. I just knew it was gonna live.
I'm bummed about that too. I wonder why they she had like 2 minutes of screen time in and out.
If that. Like, what? That's the show's just like, no matter what, I've been trying to figure out this show and I just can't. I'm not doing well. I didn't read the books. But from what I can tell, has anybody read the books here?
No.
Lou, the first episode of the books.
Yeah, we're missing our resident expert.
Yeah, I didn't know books existed for this show.
Yeah, and they've definitely taken, from what I've read, I'm about halfway through the first episode on HBO in the book, and they've switched some stuff around and taking their own liberties, but they're doing it well with trying to do stuff and also listening to the podcast. They do a good job at kind of explaining what like the themes of each episode and what they're trying to like take away and what they're trying to project in here. So it's going well. And this past episode was a lot.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts, Gabriella? Like, what does it know? Talk to us.
It's very interesting how this was a sex episode, but it was the smallest part about it. And speaking with the two-spirit with it is, it really, like, Montrose really showing like his sexuality. It was very interesting for him to kill this two-spirit individual because it's like them removing Tick from this type of world that he really doesn't even know how to enter yet. So it's really, he doesn't want Tick to be more exposed to this because I think that'll bring up more questions into Montrose's sexuality and bringing it more to light into his family structure that he is trying to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because by the end of it, although he did not do it in front of his family, it looks like he accepted himself a little bit better. I think he was, it's the first time he embraced, what was the gentleman's name that he's been in a secret relationship with?
I have no clue what
I've never done anything publicly, and now all of a sudden, in front of all of their friends, Montrose kissed her because she was dressed in drag at the time. And I didn't even think about that. You did so much to keep yourself a secret and keep your family legacy a secret, and by the end of the episode, you have further embraced your own self.
I think he's embracing himself because he doesn't believe that his and Tick's relationship will be saved after the brutal beating Tick gave him because he didn't even fight back.
Can I also just say, like, he was real bold for going to the dance and, for hanging out looking like that, because if somebody beat me that badly, y'all not going to see me till I heal. I'm sorry. I'm not going anywhere looking like that. He was in the function posted, just straight freaking Martin Lawrence allergy episode face.
Yeah.
They beat him down.
That's exactly what he was.
Oh man. Yeah. No, yeah. That episode was layered, man. I swear they keep adding layers to this show and I love it. Like, I'm not even trying to figure out what's going on. I'm just here for the ride. Like, I appreciate the writing and the phenomenal job that they've done telling the story, and like the character development per episode has been phenomenal. Like, and just everything, just every, and even the confrontation with Tick, I had no idea how that was going to go. And then when Letty confronted him in the basement, I was like, yo, I don't know how this is going to go. Like it was, once again, like the horror elements and of the show really are from a social and racial standpoint of like everything, the magic, none of that really is scary. It's all about like everything that's going on socially in that world that is the most frightening, and that is that's what I love most about the show.
Actually, so much happened that I forgot that they had sex too.
Yeah,
that's why TM called it the sex episode. I was like,
everybody was knocking boots. H-Town was in that show.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, she was.
We need to address the elephant in the room, and that is Ruby Hillary.
I hope she redeems herself.
That was interesting, was it not? All those dynamics.
I think she redeemed herself in the end. You don't think so?
On a personal level, she did. She did.
Personally, yes, I agree. Yes, JB, I agree with that. It was definitely on a personal level. I think
these is red bottoms. These is bloody shoes.
Perfect. Was that not perfect? Song. Perfect song.
You know what?
Perfect song.
Just spoiler alert. We're about to just get into what happened.
Too late for one of those. Way too late.
When you redeemed herself, are you talking about like, did she need redemption from having sex with William?
So that character, she assumed the role of a bed wench, right? Sleeping with William is his name, right? William?
Mm-hmm.
For privileges that she wouldn't otherwise have. So yeah, I feel like she needs to do a little more to be fully redeemed in my book.
What would you think redemption would look like for her?
I don't know. I think I don't know. Something has to happen in the department store at least. Like she's got to bring some more black folks in there. I don't know. Help the current one. Something. She got to do something. Yeah. Something a little more than violence.
That for me, that's where I'm at. Like her confrontation of the black employee was that's where she needs some redemption. It's not everything else. Yeah. For me is understandable, but like that confrontation and putting her on the spot and like it like on the storefront around all the white people, like that was wild to me. Like that was completely uncalled for. That's where she's got to do some soul searching for me.
Yeah. She had so many expectations built up that she like heard the truth. It was too much for her. Mm-hmm. All that self-hate came out.
And that's a wild thing too when you think about it, because what I realized watching it was that they hired her because she wasn't qualified, and the dude once found out that he's a pervert and rapist. Like we found once that's revealed, then I realized I was like, oh, he was going to use that as blackmail because she's not qualified. He's got reasons to let her go. So now that gives him, even though he didn't really need to have that leverage, he does have that leverage. He has that to hold over her head and to blackmail her with, which is also screwed up, very messed up. Which is. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think he has any more leverage.
Nah,
it's all leaking.
It's leaking.
I agree that she needs to go back there and turn up, and I honestly hope that she does, and I hope he's still working there. I hope she scares the crap out of him as Hillary when she shows up to work on Monday like nothing happened. Mm-hmm. That's what I really hope for, because people were saying that she can't go back there. Who is he going to tell? And what is he going to tell them?
But how did she get it? Like she molted in the office. Like there's a lot of blood and like there's a lot that you'd have
she's
to
left a lot of blood
explain
a lot of
how
places.
no one witnessed that. No one saw anything.
That'll be cleaned up by next episode.
That'll be cleaned up.
Yeah,
If anything,
you got a one hell of a writing job to do to clean all of that up.
they won't even touch it.
How many times did she
It'll
molt,
just be
though?
assumed. Yeah.
How many times she molted the first time when William stabbed her? The second time, did she molt by accident when she popped out of the red suit? The third time after the when they went to the South
interview,
and then
it was a job interview as well when she went there, where she molted out.
Wasn't that the red suit? When that's what I was talking about, when she popped out,
Right.
yeah, in the elevator after she tried to go to the basement. Also, that was a little Easter egg. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's been like a thing with basements on the show, and elevators and stuff. And then lastly, at the very end, Avi says Ruby is the character with the most development on the show. She's got some complicated layers being woven together, from being the darkest skinned sister to metamorphing into the problematic Whitey.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I completely agree with that. I just saw another comment.
And
go ahead.
I was just saying, Avi's next comment is that it won't. They were referring to the cleanup. They're saying that it won't be cleaned up. The writing struggles from episode to episode.
Yeah, I don't think they'll address the cleanup. It'll just be assumed that it's gonna be gone.
But didn't she resign?
I can't remember. Did she resign?
I think she went up there.
Was that her resignation?
Or no, that was. Does that technically count as a resignation? Because she did go up there and tell him that she was putting in her 2-week notice.
Oh, she did.
Oh, she did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So she was.
When she said it, I thought
right.
to go.
Yeah, but then. Yeah, so is that a real resignation, or was that all part of her
I think
plan?
that's a real resignation. I think she's done with it. She lived the dream, and
I think that's the loophole. I think that's the loophole in the writing for them to use that as a no. She's quit. She's gone. She's moving on.
The scene was so heavy. I forgot about that line. Thank you, Rhonda.
Oh yeah. She did resign. That was her resignation.
That was how the conversation started.
Yep. Yeah. Great call out, because I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And all that happened afterwards. I forgot why she went up there in the first place. Oh man.
Jeez Louise.
Oh yeah, I think Ruby, from what Christina had said, is she's allowing herself to be uninterrupted anymore and realizing what power a white woman actually has that she's just not seeing from the outside, she's experiencing. Because white women do have this power that you can see from the outside. They know they have the power. We can see it in the videos of today and how they've been able to use it and manipulate it while still having this very innocent look. So her stabbing her manager with a red bottom shoe is going to be not even questioned, because it's still like women aren't taken seriously in any age. I can't even say specifically to say that age. So she's really going to be able to step.
Especially not the white ones. And she's so small. The actress was so petite.
The actress that played her, like, Metamorphosis, like, she did a great job. Like, she was in it.
And she was from the second episode where she was guarding the tower where Montrose was being held with the two dogs. Oh, she had already made an appearance.
That was her. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that was actually her, or was it Christina playing her?
Wow.
That's super wild.
That's wild. Yeah, no. Talk about that some more, because you were talking about that off camera. That was really good theory.
Yeah. So Christina chose William because as she was, I guess, metamorphosizing into William, he looks very similar to her with very pale skin, very white hair. So she seems like she chose this look where it's not really that far-fetched from her original looks. Like, so she has some pride in herself. So the fact that she chose someone that was completely different for Ruby, not the same weight, same height, same general body structure, to have this very small woman that it's just, and she had shown previously in the show, it makes it like, was that Christina? Because she even had the same whistle sound that she had called off the monsters that she used to call off the dogs. Mm-hmm. So who else could Christina be that we just don't know? Or what is her end goal besides, what is different from her end goal and the Sons of Adam's goal with the immortality, getting to the solar system that can hold 2 suns? Like, what really is her goal? And I love that they're not really saying it. You can just see where she's going with it a little bit, but then we take a left turn and we don't know what's going on. So I'm really excited to see how her plans unfold.
And staying on that topic, let's talk about the other.
Well, I have a quick question about William and Christina. She mentioned that William was shot in the back and like left for dead by a river or something like that. So was he a real person that she took and used to metamorphose to, or did she get shot in the back as William?
That's what I feel. I feel like she got shot in the back and was left for dead.
I mean, like, the color of the metamorphosis is a very bloody red, so maybe she's stealing stuff and has to deal with that with the bad doctor from the from the Holy Ghost episode.
Mark said they're using dead bodies for that metamorphosis, so that would make sense. Maybe the Hillary from episode 2 was a person that was then killed, because we do remember that Letty knocked her over the head, and now all of a sudden,
was she? Because she probably died in the fire when the mansion burned down,
possibly. No. And so now that's where they're getting that.
Using dead bodies for the metamorphosis. He's dead. Okay, so that was a real guy. Is that what?
At some point, Mark is saying at some point this was a real person in the world, and now she's using his body, his form. So maybe I don't know. I don't think that's her brother.
I don't think so.
It could be. Actually, no, it could be. It could be. Because if he's supposed to be dead, then it would make sense why. Well, I don't know. It could be her brother.
But wouldn't he already be in the Sons of Adams?
But if he's dead, though, like if they killed him, maybe it was the Sons of Adam. That makes sense. The Sons of Adams killed him.
No, like he should have been in the Sons of Adam if he was the brother, because then he would have been the son of the head wizard.
Exactly,
guy.
And I think that the sons killed him because the sheriff dude that's trying to get into the Sons of Adam, like I think he has minions, and so I'm pretty sure that he is the one who
he did have.
If he didn't pull the trigger, he had somebody else pull the trigger.
That makes a lot of sense. Y'all doing some things.
Mm-hmm. And then we got to shout out Escalante Jenkins because he called this from RIP, like based off episode 2.
Yes,
he did that early.
Although now that I saw, and for those who didn't know, we were talking about how at the very end of the episode, AV, we gonna get there. Give us a moment. At the very end of the episode, William was looking a little funny, and then Christina popped out of him. Not in the same way that Ruby comes from Hillary. And I think, although they share a body that Christina is in control of, I truly believe that William has his own consciousness. He can be manipulated by Christina and they can communicate, but I think that he can make decisions for himself, especially with the way they operate. Like, Christina is terribly manipulative. She's rude. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she's overt with it. For example, in episode, was that 3? When she convinced Atticus to go to Boston and do whatever. She didn't have to kiss him. She didn't have to make out with him. She didn't have to do anything but just slip the idea that she needed this thing. And what did he do? Spend all night investigating it, found out exactly where it was, and went and got it. Meanwhile, William has to do a little bit more. He had to love up on Ruby in order to gain her trust. And I don't think Christina has to do that. So I do believe that although they share a body in which Christina is in complete control, William's consciousness is his own.
That's interesting.
I think that might work better with the them being dead bodies, so they still hold a bit of themselves.
Yes. Now the only thing that scares me with that is if they can stave a little bit of themselves, then Hillary might actually pop out one time. Hillary's consciousness.
Yeah, see, that's what that's where
iffy.
Which
yeah,
one
that's
is
where I'm
Hillary
iffy on that. It's the white lady.
Okay, the one that
Yeah, Ruby's avatar. I would say like here's where I have reservations about that theory is if you're doing this for the first time, right, and the original conscious is there, it should be hard for someone who's taking over that body to take full control of that conscious mind for the first time. That's all I'll say about that. Like, because
we should put a bet on it.
That would be
whoever loses got to do something crazy on the screen.
And for me, like if they're dead, then they're dead. Like they're brain dead. Like that's how you are able to take control of the avatar. Like you got to be able to take full control of the thing. So like for me, the conscious can't still be intact. Like
the witch though.
It has some Total Recall vibes going on.
Yeah, but she. Hold on. Continue.
But yeah, that's an interesting theory, Imani.
Avi made a mention. They said, but why wouldn't the father mention that in the first show? They were referring to
William being his son.
Yes, and I didn't get to say it, but I agree. I feel like if he did have a son, he would have wanted to boast and talk about it or mention it. There would have been a portrait somewhere. I don't remember seeing a portrait of William anywhere in the house. I feel like that might have been a thing.
How old is the dad? Like how old was he?
I don't know.
How old are these people? Because if they're wizards and witches, like I feel like they could be like hundreds of years old.
I think if they were hundreds of years old, then the original guy would have found a way to have survived the fire.
Yeah.
I think they're just regular, human years.
Regular lifespans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can buy that.
I mean, like they distinguish themselves from the KKK by being the wealthy racist white people compared to the poor racist white people. So they even hold themselves in that higher socioeconomical esteem that they do have and pride themselves on by having positions to manipulate people.
The 1%ers.
Yeah. There were rich KKK members though.
There were.
Oh baby.
There were governors.
They just made the distinction in the show about it on the first episode.
I think not only are they
wait, correction.
Going on.
Correction. R.
Yes.
That part.
R.
Agenda.
This is not past tense. Not a past tense issue.
This is true.
Cooper said,
yes, that's another thing they haven't addressed yet.
I think the next episode might be Hippolyta heavy.
Not from based off that preview. No, because the preview showed the Asian girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh, we get a backstory.
Yeah.
Pick in Korea.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be 100% in Korea.
She was in the first episode too.
Mm-hmm. And
who was that?
Calling him?
The Asian woman. She was the alien that he was dreaming of while he was on the bus during like the first 5-minute show.
Oh, that was my favorite scene of the whole series, that opening dream.
Okay, so this is Korea. This is a Korean War. So he fought in the Korean War.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Early 50s.
Early 50s. Cool. Because I'm trying to think. I think going back to this our conspiracy theory episode that we keep referring to, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that their U.S. soldiers would report UFO activity in Korea during the Korean War, which is also interesting. Was why she is depicted as an alien.
Is that like for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
If I'm not, I know they did in Vietnam. I know there were a lot of reports of that in Vietnam. Allegedly, it's all conspiracy stuff.
Wait a minute.
Google 2018 article when dozens of Korean war GIs claimed a UFO made them ...
That's insane. She's popped up.
Made them sick. Theories range from high-tech Soviet death rays to extraterrestrials studying human combat to combat stress-induced hallucinations. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
This is on History Channel.
They saw it.
Yeah. Also, another tidbit. I also heard that in Vietnam, if there was like a UFO sighting or activity on the radio, they would have to say enemy helicopter spotted in the area, or like enemy helicopter activity spotted in the area, and that was like the code for UFOs because the Viet Cong did not have UFOs. I mean, not UFOs, but helicopters. That's what I heard. Allegedly, that's conspiracy. But yeah, there we go. Now back to the show.
We need to get into the police officer. Oh, well, Rhonda has a comment. Rhonda asked what was the deal with the word die. In one of the conversations with the Korean woman, she warned Atticus and told him not to go back home. And so this is more foreshadowing of that warning and what's going to come from the next episode.
Remember the first time he translated the word from the Book of Adam, it was his initials. And then he told Letty that it may not be a direct English like translation. It might not cleanly translate from English to the language of Adam. And then he did some more, like he looked at Chinese hieroglyphs and like some other Asian hieroglyphs. And then when he went back to it, when he translated again, it was the letters within DIE.
So then it probably is translatable to English, huh?
Could be, but that's a weird thing for it to be your initials, and all of a sudden when you translate it again, it spells the word die. Like, what does that mean? Layers.
We're gonna find out next episode. I feel it in my spirit.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, I love the writing in this jump, bro. They keep adding layers to it, complexity. It's like, oh, what? Hold on.
Relationship with it, because there's a lot happening.
I love it. I love it.
I'm stressed. But, I think it's time to get into the police officer's chest.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, y'all. I missed that one.
I guess the doctor did something in the lab.
Now, are we talking about which
sheriff?
The sheriff.
Ruby,
not the dude in the closet.
No. Ruby was in the closet with old boy. The sheriff came into the room and ripped off his shirt. I guess he spilled something on it. And when he ripped it off, at first I thought it was a burn because remember we were looking through the closet and it was off. And the more I looked at it, I realized it's not a burn. It's someone else's chest. So from like right, almost like a t-shirt. So from here, down to at least below his belt was someone else.
Yeah, I missed that.
It was a
wow.
Yeah, black man's chest.
They're really trying to be black, but not be black.
Oh, I was about to say something. So I was about to say a nice Paul Mooney quote. If y'all know it, y'all know it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Everybody want to be black, but don't nobody want to be black.
Yeah, that's the other.
The PG-13 version.
Speak on it.
I mean, that takes us back. What was that? Episode 3, where the house that Letty lives in was owned by a scientist.
Yes, exactly. That's connected. It's all connected, bro. It's layers and layers.
Because the sheriff department knew about that guy.
But is there a relationship? Is there a connection? It has to be a connection between him and that astrophysicist that was doing the human experiments.
I think there's.
Yeah, they were in cahoots.
Yeah, he got the black people for him, the scientists.
Yeah.
They were working together. They're trying to get in the Sons of Adam.
You got it. No, I'll go. Remember, the people were going missing, and the now sheriff was the detective on all the cases. Is Coop frozen?
No, he's. Oh, he might be frozen.
He's frozen.
He just looked bad interested.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that was. I was trying to figure out what it was, but the guy in the closet with her dying kind of like had more of my attention, where I was more confused.
That was wild. Did anybody recognize him?
No, but they were trying to get some information out of him because they laughed at him.
The guy in the closet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. He maybe he's a witness to something. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the dude in the closet?
Level of torture. Yeah. Kill him and keep him alive. Like
Or was he a part of something? Was he working against the sheriffs and then he was killed to kind of keep from revealing anything, and then they've used alchemy to bring him back to life.
But he definitely saw something or knew of something, and they're trying to get that info. So
yeah.
Maybe he was in Sons of Adam or something, or a witness to something.
Yeah, so there's a definite connection between the sheriff, the scientist, and that house, and Sons of Adam. So.
Yeah, and Christina also was in cahoots with the scientist to get the metamorphosis potion. So, because I think she mentioned that scientist name specifically. That way they could work together. So, and the scientist also had the solar system that Christina's looking for. That what's the wife's name has? Hippolyta.
Yeah.
Hippolyta.
If only we knew how to pronounce her name, because there's a real name and then there's the way they pronounce it on the show, and I think everyone on the show says it differently. Montrose says Hippolyta.
Yeah. What was Lou last episode? I think he said it was Greek.
Yeah, he said Hippolyta is the appropriate way to pronounce it, but Black people.
Yeah,
that was the exact quote.
That's not how we say it.
Yeah, we're not in Greece.
we here now.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anyone on the show say Hippolyta.
Hippolyta.
Is there anything else to talk about Lovecraft? Gabriella, is there anything that you think we missed
for this episode?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I got really good reception from Coop earlier. So can I show a painting that I did off of the show?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Dope. I'm excited. I've had this idea. Oh, let me not break anything.
I like that. That's dope.
Oh,
that's dope.
I don't know which way this camera's going.
There
we go.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Dope.
Check that out, y'all.
Yep.
That is fire.
All right. So this is what I call it. What do you fear? So it's based off of that cabin scene in the first episode where the police officers kind of aren't believing that the monsters exist, as there's one right in front of them. And the Black people are kind of like afraid of the characters. So this is the thing where it's like the general person, where it's Black person, no gender, no anything, trying to go through a bunch of different shades of like the general center point of from very light skinned Black people to very dark skinned Black people, and seeing like their own monsters, being like, what's really afraid, the white person with a gun or a literal monster coming at you? So, and even the monster, because monsters don't have rules, can enter your being however they want to. So that's why I have the claws coming outside of it, because it's coming at you, it's coming through you, while the gun is just pointed straight at you, but it's still generally the more scary thing.
That's fire.
Indeed, yeah, that is. You should
love that
Lovecraft Country or something.
Yeah,
get some traction on that.
Have you posted it on your art page yet?
I just finished it like 4 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
So I have not posted it yet, but I was like super happy about it because it took like so many small brush strokes.
Yeah, the concept is great. Execution is wonderful. It's detailed. I love the brush strokes. I was saying that earlier, like the dry brush technique that you used in the skin is great. Like I love the concept and I love the execution.
Yeah.
Really getting great.
How much you sell?
Feedback in the comments.
I'll buy. I want it.
You want it? I've never sold a painting before, so I have no clue how much they cost.
Do you want to, or is it just something where you hold them on tight?
I hold them on tight for now because I don't know if my art was something that I wanted to get rid of yet, or not get rid of, to let someone else experience this emotion that I've gone through to paint it. So it was just like selling a painting is like selling something that I felt.
Yeah, it's personal.
So
I understand that.
But this is very much like personal and fan art as well, so it's kind of in a middle ground.
Nice. You're getting a lot of love in the chat, right?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love in the chat. So, and from us, because I mean, listen, whenever you feel like you want to post that on social, I highly recommend you do. And make sure what are your socials, if you don't mind, if you would like to. It's up to you. If you want to share that with the people in the chat.
My personal one, I don't have too much art on there, but if you're ever interested in food that I post, it's Gapster with 2 A's 96, while my art one has more digital art on it that I do, and it's probably .Satan.666. So don't know if I'm Satan. I had a driver's license that had 666 on it, so could be.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, gave that to you?
Yeah, it was my first driver's license that I had. So I was like, I don't think I'm good enough to be Satan, but probably.
Did you get in any accidents while you had it?
No.
Not cursed.
That's wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a number.
Yeah,
it's just a number.
So this is what I do at my free time.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
that was awesome, man.
I'm adding your
and shit
your socials to the chat so everybody can follow you.
Yeah, and I've seen her digital art IG page. She's got some pretty dope stuff on there. Yeah,
awesome, man. Yeah, so make sure everybody, if you're on social, go follow her, please.
And those are
show
for
some support.
Instagram.
Thank you. I'm glad for the reception because it was something I was in between about.
Now, before
with us,
before we get into our next topic, we do have an announcement I'm going to make for starting tomorrow. Since we've been talking about Lovecraft Country, we figured, you know what, might be a good idea to do a show where we all get our live raw reaction to each episode. So starting tomorrow, 10 p.m., we're going to do a live reaction, Imani and myself, to each episode after it premieres. So at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come to this channel. We're going to have a live raw reaction show, spoiler heavy content on the next episode of Lovecraft Country. And we'll do it for the rest of the season. And we're definitely looking forward to it. Imani?
I think it comes on HBO Max, and I've been watching it like in the daytime if I catch it that day. Otherwise, I've been watching it later in the week. But I think for the sake of the show, I'm gonna put it on like at the very latest at like 8:30. That way, I could watch it, and you'll definitely get my raw reaction right on time.
Yeah. So, lost my screen. There we go.
Nice.
So here's the official screenshot. You'll see that all tomorrow. You'll get, if you're subscribed, you'll probably get a notification when we go live, and we'll definitely promote it on social media. So we hope you'll join us. We're looking forward to talking about Lovecraft Country in its own show.
It's lit.
It's lit. All right. Okay. So there's that. There's that news. That's some good news.
That is some good news. Now, I think you got some things to address.
So I think maybe Disney and Lucasfilm, they may have heard me and my rant last week, because we seem to have gotten a Mandalorian season 2 trailer. Did everyone see the trailer?
I did not.
I saw the trailer.
You saw the trailer. It's a teaser trailer. It was cute. You know what I'm saying?
Cute.
It was expected. It was what
cute.
was expected.
You know,
It was enough to.
It was satisfying for the moment. We're not having any news after they said in August we were going to get a bunch of Star Wars news. August was going to be the Star Wars month for news. That didn't happen. But but there are some tidbits in that trailer that are interesting for sure. There were some interesting character reveals, some teases. The focus on the line at, I think it was the last episode in season 1 when they were talking about getting the child back to its people, the Jedi, the sorcerers. which is also a cool thing that I'm glad that they did in the first season was bring the Mandalorian Jedi Wars back into canon with just that line right there, because the ancient wars fought between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. They're referring to the Mandalorian Wars, which we remember back in the early 2000s was introduced in a video game called Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Classic RPG game, one of the best RPG games ever made. And that's not for me as a Star Wars fan. That's what gamers rank it as one of the best RPGs.
Pretty cool RPG.
It's phenomenal. So that's a cool concept. I'm glad they're going to explore some of that. So from what I heard in the streets, there were whispers that there was a certain character that they filmed some extra scenes for that were supposed to be in the trailer, allegedly going to be in the trailer, that did not pan out as we see in this trailer. There, it was a certain Jedi. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there was a Jedi. It's a fan favorite that was supposed to appear in this trailer, and I feel like they're holding that either now for the show. I think they've changed direction, and it's going to be a grand reveal in the show, or they're going to show it in the next trailer. Because there's no way that this is going to be the final trailer for this show. I'm pretty sure we'll get another one that's more story centric in October, and it'll show more characters and more villains, and give us some lines from this upcoming season.
Fan favorite Jedi.
Yes. Yes.
Know that. So the timeline of the Mandalorian is when?
So this takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Oh, so
the Empire has just been defeated like a year before that, like the final battle. Jakku, no, actually, all in the same year. Jakku, the Battle of Jakku is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So officially, the Empire is defeated. These are just the soldiers that they're running into are the remnants of the Empire.
Okay. Google seems to be saying it's Luke Skywalker.
Not what I heard.
Shall see.
Not what I heard. I heard it was another character connected to the Skywalker legacy, but not that one.
Oh, like the big dog?
Who's the big dog?
Who's the big dog?
Luke's father?
He's dead.
Oh.
He's dead. No. Nope. I'm not saying anything.
He might be alive and just be a clone.
No, Vader's dead.
Bring him back.
Nah, Vader's dead. He's out of here. He's out of here. That's funny, but no, he's gone. That's funny. That's a good jab.
No.
I can honestly say I've seen every film. Most of them I've seen more than twice. Have no idea what the hell is going on. I just don't. I've seen them all. My father is watching this right now. I've sat with him watching them, and he is all into it. And I'm just like, dog, what is happening here? That will not stop me from watching them. I continue to watch them because I want to understand. And I just feel like there's just so much that, I don't know. One day I think maybe I need to just sit down and watch them all the way through and not fall asleep and something. But yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this character has not appeared in the movies. So there's that.
Oh, like from the show?
From the Clone Wars?
From the Clone Wars?
That's all I will say for now.
Oh, I know who that is. Okay.
That's all I will say for now. We'll see what they do with the marketing and promotion, but from what I've heard, an actress has been cast already for her. She's supposed to appear in the show in some form. I know I can confirm that she is going to be in the show. I can't confirm whether or not they're going to show her in any of the trailers and promotional material, but she is supposed to be in the show.
Does their name rhyme with
Slauson?
I have no idea. So anyway, that's funny. There's also another cameo. There's also another cameo that's supposed to make a reintroduction into the franchise, and He's a certain bounty hunter.
Boba Fett.
He's also supposed to appear in the show. Yep. So there's some lot of things that are supposed to be coming down the pipeline, and Giancarlo Esposito has also been teasing that he's got a lot of fight scenes with that Darksaber.
Oh, that's what's up.
He looks great on the show.
Yeah, no, he's phenomenal. He's great in everything he shows up in. So
it's nice to see him in The Boys too.
Who is the character reveals in the trailer? You mentioned there were character reveals.
Okay, so there's a tease. Sasha Banks, aka the Legit Boss, if you were into wrestling, WWE, she made a cameo in the trailer. She's the hooded figure in black that we see that disappears off camera when like a crowd comes into the shot, and then she kind of disappears. But she is rumored to be playing Sabine Wren, a Mandalorian, who is actually she's a rebel. She shows up in Rebels. She's one of the main characters in the animated TV show Star Wars Rebels. And she's got ties to the Darksaber because she is actually, her clan is part of House Vizsla. And Tar Vizsla is the first Mandalorian to be inducted into the Jedi Order. And this happened in the Old Republic, like right after the Mandalorian Wars. And he is the one who created the Darksaber, which is that sword that Moff Gideon is wielding at the very, very end in the final episode. It's the final shot of the thing. So there's a long legacy of that. He actually, Tar Vizsla, was the ruler of Mandalore and sat on the Jedi Council during his time as a Jedi. So he that lightsaber has been passed down to every leader of Mandalore since it was created. So there's some interesting ties. And I won't say that. If you hadn't seen Rebels, I'm excited for the implications of what her appearance means for the show if she is indeed playing Sabine Wren.
Apparently Last Jedi is on right now, and if I know my dad, it's on TNT.
I just Googled Sabine Wren. It says she is a 16-year-old Mandalorian.
Yeah, that was at the time that was 5 years before. No, wait. That was before A New Hope. So she's in her 20s by this time.
Okay.
Yeah, she'd be about 27. No. How many? Yeah.
Would you say that you're feeling better?
She'd be about 26, 27.
Would you say that you're feeling better now that they've released this, or are you still completely upset I'm not The Mandalorian is a step in the right direction as far as Lucasfilm and Star Wars and Disney goes, because the showrunners and the writers understand the content. Like I said, Dave Filoni is the heir apparent to George Lucas. He's the one who's studied under him for like over 10 years. He was handpicked by George Lucas, and he is one of the showrunners, and it shows because the writing is well done. They don't deviate from the rules, kind of sort of that have been established in canon. And he understands the lore, and that's the most important thing when you're dealing with a franchise of this size. Like, as a writer, you gotta understand the lore.
Yeah.
Of it.
Absolutely.
Like, because if you start like the original trilogy, there's a lot of things that George did that he made up on the fly, but that's fine because you can do that because there's no you're making up the rules as you go. But over the next 40 years, when he's got time to sit down and write other stories and kind of flesh out and explain like how the Force works and how just the political dynamics work and all of that fans come to expect, and then you start breaking those rules and then don't give clear reasons as to why, it will be divisive, to say the least. People will get upset. People will definitely get upset. But no, I've always been looking forward to season 2 ever since the conclusion of season 1, because the fact that Moff Gideon was wielding the Darksaber and the child being force sensitive, and this now mission for the Mandalorian to connect the child with his people opens up a lot of doors and opportunity for the franchise. I have heard that, well, I haven't heard, but Jon Favreau, who's one of the showrunners, he says that he wants this to feel like he wants to expand the universe a little bit going forward, and he wants this to feel more like Game of Thrones, which makes sense because the Mandalorians are pretty much like the way the houses and clans work. It's pretty much like Game of Thrones.
As long as it don't end like it.
Yeah, that's the hope.
That's interesting. Let's see how that plays out.
That's the hope. Yeah, because I mean the clans, the Mandalorian clans, they fight, and there's a lot of infighting between the clans for power, and then the houses are like the power base. So like House Vizsla is a huge power within the Mandalorian ranks, and then there are other houses that have separate different clans that have sworn allegiance, and usually the leader is known as the Mandalore, and they wield the Darksaber, and they have they have earned the right to lead the houses and the clans and unite them under one banner. That's the power of the Darksaber and the title of Mandalore. So we shall see what they do with this.
Question: is the Mandalore in charge of all the houses and clans, or just like one house? Okay.
No, So for the main character in the show?
No. For just your explanation on like how their society works.
Yeah, Mandalore is a title that is bestowed upon the absolute leader of the Mandalorian people.
Bestowed.
And it's a title that's earned. Like you have to earn the respect of every clan and house in order to get that title. And then you also have to fight and beat in single. Like the other way to get it is to fight and beat whoever is the current holder and wielder of the Darksaber. You beat them in single combat, then you have earned the right and title of Mandalore.
And this is a battle to the death?
Yes. Yep.
The best kind of battles.
Yep. You will see that in Clone Wars. There's some, if you watch, I think it's season 4 or 5 when they go heavy into Mandalore. They explore the lore of the Darksaber. So that's we've seen how that plays out in the story in canon.
I will finish that series in 2021.
Yeah, and it also appears in Rebels. So like this has been an arc that Dave Filoni has been on since like 2008. So I'm glad to see him continuing it, because the Mandalorians are one of the most formidable opponent in the galaxy, and they are a power when they are united. And there hadn't been a strong leader in Mandalore, like a leader like worthy of the Mandalorian title in like thousands of years.
So sad.
Wow.
Yeah. So this could be interesting.
Yes.
Like the potential of it is interesting.
All right, here for it.
Yeah, let's see what they do. They might. I don't know. See how they handle it.
I got faith in Dave Filoni. He hasn't disappointed me yet.
We already know I'm already there for the child.
Yeah. I'm curious to see who they connect the child with.
They need to give that baby a name.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either, and it bothers me.
That baby needs a name.
I'm calling it baby.
Yeah, they need to get that baby back to where it belongs, and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take it back to the people, because George Lucas intentionally kept the Yoda species a secret. He has for a long time. Like he's never revealed what Yoda species is, or where they live, or what planet they're from. Like he's never done that. Dave Filoni has done the same thing. So I don't see them taking the child back to the home planet of that species.
Oh, I didn't think they would. I thought they would just like send it to the best people, their idea of the best people.
Yeah.
I would think that they expand that species society, because it's never really been the biggest thing that they've wanted to focus on. It's more like what power they have.
Yeah, there are a couple Jedi actually in this time period that are roaming the galaxy. But they are very much Ronins at this point, Luke Skywalker included.
But the Last Jedi was Rey. I just took another shot. That's all. Don't mind me.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say,
Salty.
I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, you lost me there. Anyways, so that's it. I'm looking forward to season 2 of The Mandalorian. I hope everyone who has watched the first season of The Mandalorian, and if you're looking forward to it, we're going to do a rewatch of season 1 of The Mandalorian.
I can say all of the movies I'm not good with, I was well able to follow The Mandalorian without any issues, so that would excite me. Are we ready to get into the boys?
The boys.
Yeah, let's
do it.
I mean, we talked about it briefly last week, but we didn't want to get into any spoilers, and now it's spoiler time. So if you have not watched The Boys, you took too long. It's been 5 episodes already. But starting with,
I'm just gonna say it. I don't think they should have done the whale for the teaser trailer. It was way too much of a high point for them to already put that out there to seem like, oh, we're just gonna go up from there, and that seemed like that was the highest, craziest point that we've seen so far with their FX.
That scene got us in trouble. We actually showed it on our first episode or second episode, and we were not allowed.
Oh yeah, we got hit with a copyright strike.
Cannot be monetized because we weren't supposed to show that bad boy. So Sony.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I think that they took it down. They didn't take the video down, but I think they removed the strike. Let me double check that. I believe they did.
Ooh!
They better remove that strike.
Shout out to Sony for loving us. I put the word out in these streets. They heard me. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, because I think I disputed it when it came through, and I think keep talking, keep going. I'm just double checking.
So aside from the whale, the end of episode 5 was like, for me, the second level of just outrageousn's. That was hilarious to me.
Update, it still got a copyright strike on it. It cannot be monetized, that video.
Never mind, the people, they didn't hear my word on the street yet, but it's out there. Sony, if you watching, our bad, and also hook us up with a little, check mark. Let us, just ride that.
We just showing you love, man. We were excited about showcasing that great trailer that you put together.
That's all it is.
That's all. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, we didn't make no money off of that.
Nah, bro.
Right. So just, we just like, there's probably people who watch the show because we put that on there. We just feel like,
right. That's free promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Don't get mad at us.
That's what I'm saying. So,
anyways, enough of them.
Gabriella, y'all were talking about the season finale, the finale of episode 5.
It was so much going back, and I think Homelander has met his match.
Yes. It is
the fact that she can take his rage when he fantasized about destroying an entire crowd, and if he stepped one more step over, he probably would have done it.
Yeah.
I was honestly hoping that that's what happened. I really wanted that to not be a vision. Like, I wanted him to really have done that.
That would have been a wild turn of events.
I would have been there for that, though. Like,
I feel like the show would have gone up. It would have been better.
Like
that would have been a crazy turning point. Like, whoa.
We need to talk about the powerhouse that is Stormfront. Stormfront has not only brought Homelander down several notches, but as we learned in, what was that, episode 4, Stormfront is also not as young as she looks. Stormfront has been around for a long time. She may even be one of Vault's oldest superheroes.
Yeah, she's an OG.
It looks like
there's nothing saying Liberty was her first identity.
Yeah. Or for all we know, Liberty may not have been the first one because they've already said that she's changed several times. So we don't know how old she is. Did they mention that episode 5? I've been partying, y'all, so I actually didn't.
When Edgar was giving the backstory of the original guy, did they ever gender what their first soldier was?
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's why I'm
that compound W.
What? What?
Dry jab.
Oh my lord.
That was a good one. It took me a second. That was great. What was that?
Layered.
Yikes.
Okay, so Liberty may even be their oldest. Liberty was Vault's name when not Vault, was Stormfront's name when she was being wild, racist, and killing black people for no reason in the 50s, was that? Or 60s?
That shit hurt my soul watching that.
Mm.
I am also not here for Nazi Stormfront. I want Homelander to organize himself very badly so that he can take her out. But as far as powers go, Stormfront is up there. Power wise, she may be his match. She's probably the first super that I thought could actually take Homelander. Like in my mind, there is no stronger super until she comes around. And now he's also losing his control over everybody else because, like, in a way,
there's definitely some
police activity.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Oh, that's you?
I don't know what's going on outside. I live by a train track by the highway, so.
Okay.
Homelander and Stormfront out there.
No, as long as they're not in here, I'm fine.
But yeah, he's definitely met his match. And going into episode 5, I was like, man, I do not like Stormfront. At the end of episode 5, I'm ready to see more Stormfront and Homelander. I want to see what this union does.
I hate Stormfront so much that I've been rooting for Homelander and I want him to win. Meanwhile, he was awful, but I still need him to get it together. Like she's awful, she has to go, and he needs to gather himself. And I have never found myself like wanting a bad guy to organize, but I need him to get back to it.
100%. I love to see his character, his portrayal, but I can't wait to see him fall too, though. I equally want to see him fall.
He can't fall until after Stormfront does. Stormfront needs to fall first. Because imagine what the 7 would look like if there is no Homelander and Stormfront is in control.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go there.
First of all, Black Noir is going to be out of there.
Who?
Right, I feel like Black Noir is the only other character that might be able to take both of them.
Apparently, he's faster than vehicles. That was wild.
I mean, like, and he can be shot multiple times and through the hand.
Yeah. He might be
like he seems indestructible.
Yeah,
he looks like he's about as powerful, if not equally or more, than both Stormfront and Homelander. Because what can anything defeat him?
What can he do? Like, we don't really know.
I want to know why he can't speak or why he doesn't speak. I don't know if he cannot, but I want to know what's under the suit.
Maybe there's a layered metaphor there.
Yeah, no. I mean, so he wasn't he the one that ran into the Bin Laden camp?
Yes,
because y'all do realize that compound was Bin Laden's compound, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's
Bin Laden?
It's literally it's the same design.
Take place. When does The Boys take place? Or
I have no idea, but like I know
think it takes place today.
Current.
Yeah, it's current. But the compound that he goes through is definitely Bin Laden's compound.
Got you.
The design of it was inspired by that compound.
Inspired design or the compound?
It's copied.
So inspired.
I mean, they built the set somewhere. It's not the literal compound, but that set that they built for it is definitely mimicking Bin Laden's compound.
Okay.
Gabriella and I had a conversation off camera about just racism in The Boys, but also Black people and how they're portrayed, specifically Black men. We started off, talking about A-Train and how we mentioned this. I know Lou mentioned this before, but he is an athlete who was dating a white woman who is on drugs, who, what else did I say? Has heart problems.
He's crackhead, white woman, athlete, medical issues, not respected by his white peers.
He's also hypoglycemic.
All of that. And
everything.
They tried to fit like every
came from a poor background as well.
Yes. Every negative,
every Black athlete stereotype on the planet they put in
it all into him. And
I think the only thing he doesn't have is tattoos.
We don't know what's under the.
But we don't know if he doesn't have tattoos.
No, he doesn't have bad tattoos. We can say that, or we just
ain't no face tats, no face and neck tats, at least.
No face and neck. They stuffed every stereotype they could within that character, and we spoke about it a little bit on the last show of how, comparing it to Lovecraft Country, how in Lovecraft Country the writers are Black and they were mindful of how Black people would perceive the show. Mm-hmm. And now I'm wondering, I know that the writers on The Boys are white. And so did they intentionally do that to him to say, oh, this is the Black guy, we're going to, put all these bad stereotypes that we can all into one person? Or is that just how they wrote him?
I mean, like with the comic who posted the comic on the Discord?
Yeah. Who posted that panel?
I think that was Lou that posted that panel.
That panel was wild and overly racial stereotype that it was insane that they were able to go from like what you would think of the most stereotypical ghetto, ratchet, all that bad stuff put together, and then go to The Boys, which is still very white centric with the bad stereotypes for Black people. But it's amazing how we were to go from that to this, and wondering what other stereotypes they had in place in the comics.
It might be by design. I mean, during the that big Comic-Con, the creators said that they were tackling white supremacy and racism and one other hot sexism.
Like, if you do that, you don't have to put that harsh of stereotypes on people of color and individuals, and even them getting into now the LGBTQ plus, with Maeve being bisexual, and even though they're forcing him with the gayness on her,
I hate that for her.
It's totally by design. They wrote the character like that on purpose, because
it's like satire.
It's supposed to be satire, but I don't know how many people of color were in the room helping with the satire and writing of it.
There's always needs to be one just to say no.
Yeah, but there were a lot of jabs and shots taken in that. I guess that was episode 5, because I mean they even on like a nerdy level, they took shots at DC and Marvel, like Homelander when they're on the set of the fake movie that they're shooting. Mm-hmm. Homelander's looking at the footage and he's like, "Wow, this Josh cut is amazing," or something. Like the Whedon cut of taking a shot at the Whedon cut of Batman vs Superman, or was it Justice League?
Justice League.
That's hilarious.
Justice League, and then then the next scene when it was Stormfront, Mav and Starlight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all pop up on screen and they're like girl power, woman power, and like Girls Get It Done, and it's mimicking the scene from Avengers Endgame when like all the female superheroes show up and help Spider-Man. Like I was like, yo, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
That
was good. Good use.
Yeah, the satire in that episode was hilarious. And then the LGBTQ stuff, and then social media said this is appropriate, like, and they're polling, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But that's exactly how Hollywood and corporations look at all that stuff. Like, this is exactly how they treat you.
Yeah.
All I can say is thank goodness that we have Mother's Milk on the show as like another example of a black man. Like, yeah, he's a criminal right now, but before that, he was a loving father. He's a devoted husband who like loves his wife, like is absolutely in love with her, fears her just a little bit. But yeah, and he's down there putting doll houses together for his children while they're hiding. And I absolutely love that. Still sad that the only other black man on the show has been silenced. I said what I said.
We don't know. He's not canon.
To my black man.
I'm telling y'all.
I don't think so, man. Because when they all right, because the at the beginning of the episode when he was in the Bin Laden compound and like the dude is a soup and he blows himself up. He was kind of pink.
That was burnt tissue, bro.
Yeah, but he's kind of
burn. You gonna turn pink, bro?
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm not convinced.
What if
black people come in all shades?
But see, like I have a problem with that. If because then he's silent. He's basically the hitman. He can't talk. He's like I don't.
Shut up and dribble, black man. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So again, thank God for Mother's Milk. The VCU.
I like how they had Mother's Milk like watching soapy drama TV shows. Like that's.
He's a lot of layers to him. Yeah. Like the fact that they gave him OCD that Starlight had pointed out to Huey was just like, I didn't even think of it. I think Frenchie had mentioned it before with like him liking everything in order with the ice cream tub. But it's nice that they're giving him some like additional stuff while A-Train is just very like, here is our stereotypical athlete.
Yeah, but they do that with every member of the Seven. It's like stereotype. So I think that's
I mean Starlight is basically like the dumb blonde.
Yeah, that's her role.
Yeah,
that's
Christian.
Far from dumb.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that. She's definitely like doing her best to play Vault in a way. She's still not in control, but she is playing the role that they want her to play so that she can do what she wants to do in the background. And I do that.
Yeah. Like, her real persona versus her Vault persona are like two completely different people. Like for Vault has her playing the dumb blonde.
So who's going to band together against Homelander and Stormfront? I think somebody in the comments, I think it was Mark, mentioned Starlight, Maeve, and...
You know what? When he said it, he said Starlight, Maeve, and a train. And that's, I took it as like a train. I didn't say oh. No, that just came in my head.
I mean, like, Maeve could probably throw one. So.
The boys will definitely be involved. And I think the only way to really take her down is for the world to find out her true colors. Right now, the world is finding out how awful Homelander is. And it seems like she's just getting away with it as she has continued to do so. So hopefully there's a way to expose her.
I feel like at this point in the story, I think what's going to happen is Stormfront is going to manipulate Homelander, and then she's going to do something and betray him, leave him for dead. She's going to betray him in some way, and that's going to put him either on the side of the boys and the other soups that go against Stormfront, because I think she's going to try to pull like a whole Vault takeover because she's manipulating stuff behind the scenes. Like she's because if she's pulling Trump right now. Like she uses on social media and memes and all this stuff. Like basically all the stuff that Trump used to help him win the election. Like she's doing the same, like has the same like sort of strategies.
Might be something there.
And she's manipulating. There's no reason for that relationship between her and Homelander to be authentic.
Oh no, it's completely egotistical.
Yeah, and she's the one that's completely in control of that whole relationship.
I think we're gonna see her. I don't think we'll see a fall this season. I think
it would be the end of the season. I think she's going to do something. It might be a mid-season finale or the season finale, and she's going to do something that makes Homelander turn against her.
I don't know. She might serve as like a method to teach Homelander something, and then she's gone. She might just be a device character here for one season, out the next.
If she takes over, that's going to be like the 2016 election all over again.
That's what they're going for. I guarantee you that's what they're going for. I promise you. Just the way they're writing all this
Edgar's goal out of this? Because didn't he implement her into the team? Because that was Edgar's choice to put Stormfront in there. So,
although I don't believe he's in control either, because he has to realize unless
you talking about Giancarlo Esposito's character?
Yeah.
That dude is definitely he's definitely in control.
But if he's in control of her, she's super racist. So why would she?
That's what I'm saying. She has leverage over Vault in some way that they're just letting her ride out, that she's killed multiple people. They know, Vault knows she's racist. They know it. They put a wild racist in there and they absolutely know it. And so there has to be.
Oh, Edgar is a coon.
I mean,
man, listen.
The only thing that makes sense right now, these dots.
I'm with you on that one, like, because I feel like
I can't even argue
did that.
Okay,
you can't tell me Giancarlo Esposito is not going to sign on to be a pawn. Yeah. Like, no, this dude, yeah, he's got no, like, whatever game he's playing, he has no allegiances to anyone. Like, he's doing this. If you think that the game that she's playing is like multi-level chess, like, he's playing like 10D chess. Like, that's because that's the type of characters he plays. Like, he's going to be the ultimate manipulator in this role, and you barely ever see him in the show. And I think that's for a reason.
On a lot of strings.
I want to answer Mark's comment. He said, "Do we know if the heroes who leave the 7 get the chip taken out of them, or is A-Train always being tracked?" I think
they always track them.
Being tracked regardless of whether or not they're in the 7. There are people who are not even heroes who are being tracked, i.e. that detective lady who got her head blown up, or whoever she was.
Like, and they're tracking the Deep too.
Yeah, they're tracking everyone. Every single hero, no matter how powerful, gets tracked. Anybody who was connected to Vault is getting tracked.
How did her head blow up? Did they?
That thing, she said is connected to Vault, and they were like, "Oh nah."
So has that been shown, or is this a theory, or what?
I don't think it's been addressed.
Oh yeah.
They definitely did that to her. As soon as she said the word Vault, she was taken out. No.
So they would have heard Starlight and A-Train conspiring.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think Vault is.
And they let it happen?
Yeah. They know that A-Train killed his girl. They know all of that. They know that.
Edgar, the key to me, the key is Edgar, because like what game he's playing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely the wizard behind the curtain, behind the door. He is Oz. Edgar's Oz. Kunaz.
My Uncle John says, I feel like Black Noir will surprise us and turn on Homelander and the company eventually as well. When they found out about Compound V, he was sitting on the floor crying. He's got feelings too. See, that black man absolutely has feelings and emotions. I feel like I'm the only person who's sticking up for him.
Once it is canon, I will agree with you.
Yeah, he might be Edgar's like ace in the hole.
That's what I think too. Like that's because back to my points earlier about him being, to me, he seems to be as strong as Stormfront and Homelander. Like Edgar has him completely under his control. I feel like if anything happens between Stormfront and Homelander, I think Edgar knows that Black Noir is his ace. I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, there has to be another soup that can go against and fight Homelander, someone of that caliber.
Like, is Black Noir the Batman like that persona in here? So he has a contingency plan for everyone.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Utility belt.
Yeah. Is Maeve? So Maeve has got superpower. Like she's got super strength, right?
I think she's Wonder Woman.
Fly.
She can't
Yeah,
fly.
she's Wonder Woman.
Okay, so she should be just as strong as Homelander.
No, she can't fly. One of the scenes she had to take the elevator when there was a gunman at the top of the roof in the first season.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be how they kill her, drop her out the sky.
Screaming.
Yeah, I think
Black Fall.
Maeve and Black Noir are going to be the ones who end up saving the world from Homelander and
collective
Stormfront.
Starlight's got to be in that.
Yeah, I don't know how strong Starlight is, because can she take the a beam of lasers?
I don't know.
I don't know how durable she is,
but she'll definitely be in that fight. I just wonder where deep, what side is he gonna take?
If I gotta be honest, I really don't care, bro. They can kill him. Like, I really
don't care. If he joined a cult,
yeah,
man,
bro. They just need to kill him and get it over with, because like that storyline is going nowhere.
There better be something more.
For a reason, yeah, we'll get to see it. It'll pop out.
I've lost complete interest, bro. I don't care what, bro. If they make him a hero, like if he somehow saves the day, I'm done with this show.
He gets on my nerves, and I don't
I can't do it.
Mark says that Black Noir is the title card on his Amazon, so he thinks Black Noir will have a bigger role. Although I agree on the larger role part, Amazon knows that you are a black man, Mark, and that's why they put Black Noir there.
Social dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
I can't debunk that.
Can't.
Yeah, they covered it in Social Dilemma.
My Netflix has mad black people on it. There's a film starring Jessica Chastain. She's the star of the show. And on the star of the film, and on my Netflix, Idris Elba is in the thumbnail. Why? Because they know I like him. Period.
Molly's Game.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I watched that.
That was a good movie.
It's interesting. Based on real life events.
When I clicked on it and then it took him away and then it was all her, I got an attitude. I was like, oh, watch this no more. Y'all ruined it.
Yep. Algorithm got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Algorithm.
That's fate.
Next time.
Be the end of us. Algorithms.
But we've talked about the villains a lot, and The Boys is one of those shows that makes you, I mean, in a way, not only fall in love with the villain, but just talk about them. We've spoken more about them than we do the boys, who are the name of the show. So that being said, last week, were y'all done with boys?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we covered them pretty good.
Gotcha. So last week, I asked you guys who your favorite villain was, and it was inspired by the boys because, I mean, although we don't necessarily like them, this show makes you like them, makes you fight for them, wants you to, pick and choose between them. Meanwhile, there's a whole cast of good guys who are getting, in a way, just as much screen time that we don't care about. So who are your favorite villains? Let me know who and why in the chat.
Yeah. Bring them out.
Let's start with y'all. JVM, who you feeling?
Hold on.
Oh. Should I go or should I wait? What happened?
Absolutely go.
All right. So I'm going to say Two-Face from Batman is one of my favorite villains.
Why?
I like the idea of an internal villain taking over someone's like lifestyle choices when they've tried to do good and they've been met with resistance or with the same type of villain behavior. Two-Face is he has a duality in him built in, and it's pretty cool to see play out.
Nice. Cool. You missed it. JVM said top choice is Two-Face from DC.
Two-Face, that's interesting. I wouldn't have called that one.
What did you think? What you think my villain would be?
I don't know.
JB.
For whatever reason, I wasn't thinking you were going to go the comic route. I thought you might have pulled like a, I don't know, like an action villain or something.
We can have more than one. I have several. I have a comic book one, and I have a Disney villain one.
Yeah, because it's a great pick, but I wouldn't have called that him to pick Two-Face, but that's a good one.
And for the people watching, you can choose anything: comic book, TV, film, whatever category that floats your boat. This is just your all-time favorite that you resonate with, that somebody that you would stick up for, even when they're sometimes in the wrong. I can go, and I have a good reason for why if y'all not ready.
Hold on. Don't before you go. Let me play this. Lou sent a message.
Uh-oh.
Video message. Let me get this up on screen that he wanted to play during this segment.
That's a great shirt he's wearing.
No audio.
You're not sharing the sound with us.
Oh no. Wait a second. Oh man, love that. Okay, how do I do that?
If you're showing it from a tab, like
no, it's the application window.
Oh, something should have popped up asking you to share the audio. That's what usually happens. No,
I'm not getting that. Not getting that ask. All right, let me try this. I don't know how the audio quality is going to be.
You can play it through Chrome.
Imani, what's going on? This is Lou. I hope you're having a very special birthday. You're having a very special birthday. Sorry I couldn't be there. Family, but allegiances have not been made because I didn't pick time out to make this special video. So hang in there. I'll see what other videos I can plug for you. But this one is the one that is done. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy.
Oh, thank you, Lou. I'm gonna send him a message. Thank you. And I did not mean to bully him into that. Apparently, I was a little harsh. Okay, I absolutely appreciate the video, the happy birthday video. And if he felt like I bullied him into that, my bad. I did not mean it. But I still.
Oh man.
Am I getting into my villain choice now or later?
Now, let's see what you got.
My number one favorite villain of all time since I was a child is, let me change. I gotta change my crown for this one. Need something a little darker. Excuse me. Is Disney's Maleficent. And I'm not talking about Angelina Jolie. I'm talking about the OG Queen of Darkness, okay, from Sleeping Beauty. Do you know why she was mad, y'all?
I don't know, but she used to scare me when I was little.
I understood her completely because they did her dirty, okay? The king and queen had a baby, right? Time to christen her. They invited the entire kingdom, everyone. And this is not like the story with Maleficent with Angelina Jolie and they ripped her wings off. They ain't do that in the original story, okay? In the real story, they had a baby. They invited everyone to the christening but her. How are you going to invite the entire kingdom but me? Okay, so guess what? Got to put a curse on your child. That's what happens.
Yo.
I understand why she was mad. I would have been mad too. How you gonna invite everybody but me? She was well within her rights to be angry, and yeah, that's it. She's been my favorite since I was a kid. I saw Sleeping Beauty when I was little, and that's all I noticed. Like, wow, they did her dirty, and now they mad. I don't know how you gonna be mad. You was wrong. Y'all went the wrong first.
No, that's fair.
Aurora, though, being the one to suffer through all of this. She didn't really do anything wrong. She was just existing, and her parents jacked her up. But yeah, and also the movies too. But the movies made her look soft. You know, in the original film, she was the HBIC. Like, she was not here to play games with anybody. The movies gave her like, you know, feelings, and not that she didn't have feelings originally, but they made her look a little soft. I didn't like that. She don't love that girl. Hey,
oh man,
they did not invite me to your christening. You better go sleep forever.
Did they say why they didn't invite her?
No, because they don't like her. They don't bang with her. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
They just don't bang with her. They even invited the poor. Everybody in the kingdom got to come to this christening. Okay, even people who would never be able to step foot inside the castle. But Maleficent, wow.
The king has something to do with it. It was a love triangle going on.
That's what happened in the films. But in the original story, you know, you could be right, but little Imani was like, wow, over a christening, like, for real, that's like, y'all just don't want me. Is it because you thought I was gonna wear black? Y'all don't even know. See, I put myself in Maleficent's shoes. Like, y'all don't even know what my closet is like. Y'all don't know I got options. Okay, I would have worn something nice. I know how to dress up for church. Okay, so that's why your kid got to sleep forever. Don't talk to me no more. That makes perfect sense to me.
Oh man.
No, it does. You said you had two, though.
I want y'all to go. Somebody else say something.
All right, Gabriella, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I can go. The way Imani had phrased this question again, because I just thought of villains for motive and how I don't know if I would defend them, but I understand where they're going. Where it's kind of like a toss-up between Ursula from Little Mermaid and the other mother from Coraline. The other mother, because she just like a great villain to convince children that their life is bad and you have to put buttons on your face to stay here and enjoy this beautiful world that we have here. Just to go through that, and even after her hand gets cut off, still tries to get Coraline in our world. I don't know if it's the real world because Coraline felt it was real to her. And then Ursula, because she had a contract and she was just going through what the contract said. People are shady with contracts. That's understandable. But she was just following the contract. Ariel signed her name, and I have another problem with Ariel and why she couldn't just write her name to the prince as well, because she could clearly write. So that's an issue with that as well.
I never got Ursula right there. She was just doing paperwork. You're right. See, Disney don't be doing these villains right. Okay, they're in the right, and then they do a lot of things to make them think they're wrong. Okay. Notice how they both had on black though.
I think black and green were like major evil things for Disney.
I am black. And
Not surprised.
Wow, look at that.
So,
hey,
I mean, like Disney had the whole thing where they just
JBN throwing jabs. I got to throw one.
So, but yeah, that's what I think. The other mother, I wouldn't defend her. I defend Ursula over the other mother, but the other mother definitely had a plan and stuck to it. I mean, both of them did.
I can honestly say that was I read that as a kid, the book, and then the film came out, and it was horrifying to me. So I don't remember the other mother being anything but scary. I don't remember, like, I don't think I've seen it since. Like that, I've seen that once, and I was good on watching that again. So I can't even relate to your statement because I just remember her being scary as all heck.
Yeah, sure. It was an interesting film because I read a while ago that it was divided between like parents watching it and children watching it, and some children at a certain age like really loved it, while parents are like, "This is really creepy. How is this a children's film?" So it was interesting to see that dynamic. But even like claymation in general really pushes the limit, like how it looks compared to animation, and I guess real life. So it was just people took that film in so many different ways. That it was, I mean, good, but interesting.
Yeah. Freeman.
Oh well, you know where I'm going with this. Going back to the Star Wars universe, but I guarantee you won't be able to guess who my villain is.
Thrawn.
Close second, but nope.
Who?
General Dude from the first one. Tall, lanky man.
Tarkin, big negative.
Yeah. Big neg.
Big negative. Big negative. All right, so my pick, and I'm doing this because he needs exposure because he doesn't get enough love.
Oh man.
It's Darth Nihilus.
Who is that? He looks dope though.
Yes, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna tell you why I picked him as my favorite villain.
Oh my God.
Back for when Knights of the Old Republic 2 came out, the sequel to the game I was talking about before. I remember getting the Game Informer magazine back then, just because I was in middle school, and this dude was on the cover promoting like the game, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" This might be one of the coolest Force users in Star Wars. So his nickname is he's the wound in the Force. His backstory, there's this during the Mandalorian Wars that I was talking about earlier, which this is wild how all this is tying together, but there was a super weapon used by Darth Revan called the Mass Shadow Generator, which basically is like it creates a black hole kind of sort of in the Force. And this dude was on Malachor. He's the only one that survived Malachor, and he, because he survived, he became like this wound in the Force, and so he's got this endless hunger for Force energy, and he can drain the entire life Force essence from planets. Like he's the Force version of a Death Star, and like that's why he to me is my number one villain, because I would love to see for someone to fight this dude in live action. If they could bring him into live action in the sequel trilogy, like the following the sequel trilogy, this would be fire, because you don't even have to make him a Sith Lord. Like he can just be some dark side user. Like that's a threat. He's a threat on his own. Like he doesn't need like a large empire, because I mean, he's that power alone is amazing. And another cool thing he does, like he doesn't speak, like he talks through the dark side of the Force. Like the dark side of the Force has its own language, and that's how he talks, and we can't understand anything that he's saying. But his character is completely dead, and he's it's basically all he is his armor. So the mask and the robes is basically all it is. So you can't physically kill him. Like you had to beat him by basically preventing him. You had to fight him long enough so that he couldn't meditate and absorb the life energy from a planet. That's basically how you defeat him in the game. Like, because no mortal wound can kill him. Like you basically just have to starve him to death, and he has to like meditate to go into like this deep meditative trance in order to conduct this life drain ritual, that's like how they this is how the game mechanic works. That's how they work out the logistics of it. But yeah, like he's my pick for number one villain of all time, just because of the power and just I hadn't seen Star Wars use a villain in this capacity, and that was always cool. It was cool. So that's my pick.
Okay. All right. I can dig that.
Same.
I had to go to the image because I know a lot of people probably don't have any visual reference for who that is, because it's a deep cut, but he's my favorite.
That is a very deep cut. Even with the visual, I still don't know who that is.
I've got some
that design is great though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see him on screen.
Yeah.
Cool.
I hope they bring him in, because that would be cool, and that would be a good counter to Rey's Force healing ability, because that was the dark side counter. It was the life drain for the Jedi's Force healing ability in the video games, but no one could do it on this level. Like to drain the life essence from a planet is not. He's the only one that could do that.
They gave a Death Star to the person.
Yeah, like when Vader in A New Hope is like I basically was saying the Force is the ultimate power in the galaxy. Like he's basically referring to this dude. That's what he meant. Like that dude right there. He could do what the Death Star could do.
It's dope.
We didn't get into the comments.
Yeah, we got a lot of Bane.
And that was my number 2 is Bane also.
Yeah. We also got Kim Jong-un. I believe that's who that's supposed to be.
Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah.
Wow, Kim Jong-un though.
Which is hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Why, Raheem?
Oh Lord.
What's the reason?
I've got some honorable mentions. Oh, Nucky Thompson and Boardwalk Empire. Okay. I was watching that and stopped midway in season 3, I want to say. It didn't get better. I was told it would get better.
Yeah.
The Joker from the Killing Joke is relatable. That's
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he's absolutely relatable, and I could agree that I wasn't necessarily rooting against him during the Killing Joke.
Yeah. Speaking of Jack Nicholson, The Shining, his character in The Shining is a pretty good villain. Also, an old throwback movie, Joan Crawford from Mommy Dearest.
Yes. she is a villain. Yes.
Oh, that is. Like, yeah, she's definitely honorable mention right there.
Oh my God, no more wire hangers.
No more wire hangers.
A villain that people wouldn't necessarily could think of as the villain, but who technically is the only villain in the film. I spoke about it before, but there's an alien film called Life that came out in 2017. In the film, these astronauts go into space, and there's a rover on Mars that brings back a cell. And the International Space Station, like, they're looking at the cell, and they're able to grow this organism to see what it becomes. And it becomes a little alien that Earth is mad excited about, that they named Calvin. Was it Calvin?
Yeah, it was Calvin.
Calvin was jacking these people up on the International Space Station. If you have never seen this movie, I think it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Wait, time out. They named the alien Calvin?
Yes. Before he started jacking people up, when he was just he looked like a little leaf for a second, they named him. Honestly,
that's what they get for naming him Calvin.
Okay, that's where I'm going with this. The people made all the bad decisions here. In reality, this was just a being who's just like any of us we're trained to survive. They want, like, I can't even say they, like, biologically, we're supposed to procreate and keep creating more people. That's why we have fight or flight, to avoid negative situations that could get us hurt or anything. And so that's all freaking Calvin was trying to do. Calvin was just on the International Space Station trying to grow, trying to make himself bigger. The people were trying to kill him, and he was like, nah, I'm going to take you out. In reality,
what they trying to kill him, though?
Huh?
They basically named him.
Yes, they were absolutely trying to kill him. He was crazy. He was jacking them up.
What were they trying to kill him after he was trying to kill people?
He definitely hurt someone, and then they were like, "Nah, we need to take him out."
Yeah,
Like they were.
He was. How was he growing? Was he absorbing people? I can't remember.
He needed water to survive, and he could take it in any form he could, whether it be fluid from the ship, like
people are 70% water.
Yeah, so he was drinking blood and stuff. I can't remember how he was growing.
That makes sense.
I absolutely agree. That movie had a lot of plot holes, a lot of crazy stuff. But the only thing that stayed true is that this organism needed to live. He needed to survive. He was going to do whatever he could to survive. Just like, I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't you? Like, let's just say you popped up on a ship and all of a sudden people trying to take you out. You gonna do everything you can to live. Like, I don't know where I am right now. It's a little suspicious, but I know I'm weak. I need to get some food in me and I need to fight. And that's exactly what Calvin did.
So it sounds like to me that the alien was Kunta Kinte and they named him Toby and he got pissed. And took it out.
I don't know about that.
No, you gotta watch it.
Right, but how you gonna take an alien entity and then just randomly name it? Like it's a whole living being that's probably got its own name.
I mentioned the naming because
they resurrected it.
That's disrespectful. He probably felt disrespected. I feel him on that.
It was dead though.
Knew his name. I think it was more so the naming it was a way to make it sound cute. Like they,
Trash.
they tried to add it's an alien that we discovered that we are going to grow and that we are going to control. They don't even know what this organism is. They don't know what it was. They just got something and decided to grow it. And when it grew to be something crazy, they were like, oh, well, now we got to take it out. It's too late now. You messed up. Now you got
Oh man, I see Eric Killmonger in the comments. That's a good villain.
That's
I wish we saw
picked.
more of Eric.
I
He was on my list, but
like
we didn't
that
see
vein.
more of Eric Killmonger.
Yeah, so someone in that like vein, like that type of character. That's like he's a villain, but you can understand he's relatable.
He's
an antagonist.
Yeah.
Mark says they said Calvin needed oxygen to survive, but he was hanging outside of the station in outer space for a while and got back in. I was like, WTF. The point is, the people thought they knew a lot about him. They didn't know anything about him. They didn't know not a darn thing about Calvin. And they just decided, just like with COVID-19, we don't know nothing. We keep saying we know how this virus works, and the virus is doing other things, and now we look surprised. Stop pretending like you know about this virus. Stop pretending like you know what Calvin is capable of, and maybe you could just work on you and try to figure out how you're going to survive that.
Yeah, Calvin has
Work on
OP
you.
strength.
We need to work on us.
Oh God.
Actually, we need to work on them. And instead of trying to figure out Calvin, instead of trying to figure out COVID, all you can know is that you don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
Lou, thank you for my
What up,
birthday
Lou?
wishes.
Lou.
Appreciate you. And I did not mean to bully you into that.
So, do y'all consider Michael Corleone from The Godfather a villain? I would say he's a villain.
Yes.
Just told from his perspective.
Who's not a villain in that story?
Everybody's awful.
Yeah, the wife is probably not a villain, but
I mean,
she left him. She was like, "Nah, I don't want this life." But yeah, he would be a top contender on my list of villains. Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood. He played an oil baron.
Yeah,
he would be.
Good. Oh Lord, that was a great performance.
Yeah, he would be on my top contender list. I'll throw Thanos out there too, just because that was like the dopest Marvel villain.
No man,
Thanos was a. I like Thanos because he was like, he had OG status. He was thorough. He was thorough at Endgame. He sat down waiting for the Avengers to come so he can fight them head up. Like you don't get more thorough than that.
Mm-hmm. Hearing some interesting things in the rumor mill on upcoming villains for Marvel that could be interesting.
The guy from
The Time Traveler.
Yes. No, he's been cast. That's official, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I heard it in the Discord. Somebody mentioned it.
Who's been cast?
The guy from Lovecraft.
Jonathan Majors has been cast as what? Gosh, I'm blanking on the.
Oh,
it's like Kroll or Creel or something like that. He's a Fantastic Four villain, and he's a time traveler.
Kang the Conqueror. I was blanking
Kang.
on that. God, I feel terrible.
Kang
I should have
Conqueror.
blanked on that. Yeah, Kang the Conqueror. That's gonna be. That's a good cast. That's a good casting.
Yeah, I'd like to see that guy play a villain. I feel like he can do a good job on the villain.
Hey, he showed us he has potential at 5 in that last episode. It's there. He definitely got. He can take it there for sure. Yeah, top villains.
We're talking about our top villains. Who's yours? Mark mentioned the from No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah, no, he was great.
Yeah.
He was jacking people.
Oh, he was great. I love him.
That movie.
That guy, that guy was scary.
Have you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
It's on my list.
He was like a Two-Face though. He was like a Two-Face.
Bring that to the top of your list ASAP because first of all, they don't tell you what that movie is about.
You don't need to know. You just need to watch it.
That movie is
you
whatever.
Gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Listen,
I know.
anybody watching right now that has not seen No Country for Old Men, please do yourself a favor because that is a great movie.
You know what? No spoilers. Let's just
No
leave it
spoiler.
there. You need to watch that. You're not ready.
Watch that movie.
Yeah, my dad's told me to watch it a bunch of times because he keeps, every time he mentions it, he's always surprised I haven't seen it because I'm always looking at the time clock to see how long it is, and I'm like, whew, that's a commitment.
You're going to be there for every minute of that movie from start to finish.
Just kill people with air who do that. That was actually the thing they kill with cows. It's a metal piece that shoots out real quick.
No,
Yeah.
It wasn't really air.
You gotta watch it, brother. Dude was he's great.
With a bowl cut too.
Watch it and
You
I'll
out here
tell
with a
you in the
bowl cut
Discord when I
killing
watch
like that.
His hair was the craziest part.
He the Brady Butt serial killer.
But it's like that's the dude you like. Yeah, he could do it. He'd be the one because he's either gonna be the serial killer psychopath or like a pedophile. Like those are the only two life options he has with that haircut. Like that's it.
Haircut. Yes.
Hey, that's it.
Minister Frollo from The Hunchback.
I don't know, the Pharaoh from what's the Moses movie, the singing one.
The Prince of Egypt. That's my movie.
Egypt. Yeah.
The Prince of Egypt. The Pharaoh was also pretty evil too.
Was.
That's how
all
you
the kids. That doesn't make him. Lou, you're not saying that he's your favorite. He's just the worst, right? I hope that's what you were saying.
The most evil minister, Frollo.
The most evil is a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
That's
like,
Yeah.
like Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter might be one of those most evil.
Yeah.
Because he's eating your body with some fava beans.
Don't do that. On that note, we just hit the 2-hour mark, and I think we can say.
Oh my God.
How about this? That's the prompt for next episode. Who is the most evil character you've ever seen on TV, film? Just like who is the number one person you do not want to be left in a room alone with?
Most evil. Oh yeah, that's
most
tough.
Evil, like just someone who.
Okay.
JB, you got to make that noise again next week. You got to do it.
Bet. Well, yeah.
First, how many times have you practiced that?
Never.
That's the first time you've ever done that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like there was another time.
I might have done it during the movie, watching it.
Frank Lucas is a great one.
Yeah, he's a great one. Because
for villain, yeah, or just for evil. I mean, he fits in villain
evil,
and the
though?
evil category.
Evil though.
Say the people from the Deliverance.
And then he also
any villain from the Deliverance is. Oh, am I cutting? I'm lagging, so I can't tell who's talking when.
You're the only one talking.
Oh,
you got the floor.
I have the floor. Is it mopped? Yes. Okay. It's clean to move forward. Here we go. Frank Lucas, villain. Yes. Evil. I don't know.
I mean,
because he was trying to make money.
He was trying to make money at the hands of Black lives. I mean,
at the expense of everyone in his neighborhood and community.
So what separates villain from evil? What's the distinguishable?
Would you not qualify that as evil?
I don't know.
I think he was.
He was for personally like on a morale standpoint. From my moral compass, that's fucking evil.
Well, I think to me, I feel like evil has more to do when the person or the victims don't have a choice in the matter.
So I said the Deliverance.
I mean,
so like Deliverance, that's some evil shit. It's profanity.
Yeah, I let one slip too.
The floor is not clean.
It's not clean. We got to remop the floor.
Thanos is evil because he took half the population out of here without their consent. evil, psychotic.
Yep, I guess Palpatine's up there.
Oh yeah, he's definitely evil.
Well, we gotta save that for next week, y'all. We don't have the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that we got a week to think about these things, but yeah.
Yes. Save all of these thoughts for next week. We will come back to this, y'all. Save that. That's a thorough convo right there.
Hey man, yeah. Five beans next week.
Oh my god! Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for joining us once again. Imani, happy birthday!
Thank you,
Gabriella. Thank you for joining us. This has been great. We got to get you on again in the future.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Yep, and happy birthday again, Imani.
Thank you. Oh, we never plugged the Discord.
Oh yeah. If you're not in Discord,
throw that link in there.
If you're not in the Discord, oh wait, it's a link in the actual comment section, not in the comment section, but in the description.
Oh, okay. Please,
of
y'all,
the video
in the description bar, there is a link to our.
Here it is for quick reference.
If you love what we talk about, we literally just do this all day through the Discord app on our phones and on our computers. Please join us, chat with us. We would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. And if you're watching Lovecraft Country tomorrow, please remember to tune back into us at 10 p.m. We will be live to talk about and give our raw reaction to the episode. So look forward to seeing everyone again. And if we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Peace.
Yes.
Later. Peace, love, and blessings.
Have a good week.
Remember, if the aliens come down, let's hope that they black.